So, Chantal,
Hi.
hello. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for being
You
here.
look great, by the way.
Thank you.
So, Chantal, I have a couple of questions for you about your new, may I call it business, by the way? Because
Sure.
sure.
My new venture?
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Yes, adventure. So, your new adventure called Live Lean Health, correct?
Yeah, so Live Lean Health is actually not new per se. Live Lean Health was founded in 2013
Mm-hmm.
after I finished IIN, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and I became a coach. And it was a transition time when I went vegan and mostly plant-based, and then became vegan for the animals as well. And then I kind of built this kind of lifestyle brand that I really didn't have an office for, but I was doing the coaching just in collaboration with places like Planet Organic in London, where I would see my clients there, take them shopping, teaching them how to shop for organic, healthy, plant-based produce, and how to look at labels, and then it kind of became a brand of lifestyle. So I was working with a lot of brands who would send me a lot of products, and I would review them and share them, and if I endorse them, then I would obviously promote them, and kind of built into that. And then the yoga started kicking in, so I left my banking job in 2015 to go full-time as a coach and yoga teacher.
Wow, risky.
And then I was prepared for it, risky,
Yeah.
but I was prepared for it. I saved money, I was really ready for it. I kind of had my ducks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of really built the yoga momentum a lot, and until we moved to Portugal, where we are now,
Mm-hmm.
and I opened a retreat. And we live on the retreat, and of course it's only seasonal. We can only work in summer because the weather in northern Portugal is not amazing all the time. People think Portugal, sunshine. Up here, not so much. Up here is winter, it's rain, more rain, maybe even more rain. But lots of rain. And so we basically are shut for the winter because it's really complicated to run a retreat in this kind of weather, and also not pleasant. And then I decided this year, after a lot of healing, personal healing that I had to go through, because actually moving here was also a journey for myself, to open an actual physical studio and a practice for Live Lean Health.
Okay.
And now that I actually am also a holistic nutritionist, I have qualified from the Energetic Health Institute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working towards my naturopathic doctor degree. So I'm really building a holistic practice that can help people get better. But also my focus is working with women, because I love the power that we have as women, and really resuscitating a power that has been put to sleep by the system that is very patriarchal. And so it's the time to do it. I just got this massive downloads, and basically I wanted to, create that space. So I'm sorry, I gave you a very long-winded
No, that was great. You've answered plenty of the questions that I had for you. So, wow. I just need to be more clear on something, which is, which is, where do you find all this inspiration? For example, the name. What gave you the idea? I find this very
I'm so
tricky.
I'm so happy you asked, first of all, because people always say, instead of live lean, they always say live lean. I'm like, why? Why is it not live? Like living. So living, obviously being like purposeful, having, being in your life and being on touch with the life that you have. So living fully. And I really care for that word, because most of us survive or are in pilot mode and we're not living, whether it's because we haven't tapped into our purpose or our passion, or because actually we don't feel good. And if you don't feel well because you don't eat well, you don't live well, you're not living.
Absolutely.
So live is really standing for that life living. Lean has got different kind of meanings, different kind of approaches. Obviously, people go straight away to the your physical aspect, like living, like having a lean body, and it's got to do with that, because obviously, if we don't eat the right diet, we're not in the right shape. But lean doesn't mean being like a model on magazines. And by the way, models don't look like that; they are Photoshop. But also. It's actually our bodies have different compositions. We're all different, but if you eat the right food, your body knows exactly where you need to be at. So there is no this pandemic of obesity and overweight and this diet culture that is killing everybody's emotions. And so you're not living, because also in that diet culture you're always restricting, you're always worried, you're always afraid, you're always kind of feeling guilty, like those feelings are not feeding your soul.
Absolutely.
But the leanness also comes with our approach in life, so being more minimalistic instead of materialistic.
Okay.
People are just so obsessed, and I actually find this in Portugal to be a lot more than the UK, where people just want to buy because they have to prove that they have status instead of being really simple, and maybe because this country was very poor, and people just felt like, you know, the rest of Europe has much more luxury and they have to prove that they can buy the, you know, the expensive car or the expensive house, and a lot of them are getting into debt, so they're not living lean at all. They're actually accumulating a lot of stuff that is ultimately going to affect them negatively. So the lean part's got to do with like being less materialistic, more minimalistic, more mindful about what we have. Like things that we have need to matter to us. So one funny thing is my birthday's coming up and everybody's like, oh, what can we buy you? I'm like, do not buy me anything. I hate, actually, not that I hate presents, because it's really a horrible thing to say, but like I don't like things that I don't use. So if you are close to me and you know me, you know that like an essential oil would be like something amazing and I will accept it, but I don't need it for my birthday. Like that can be something random. But for my birthday, what I value the most is like being around people I love. And actually having connection and create community. Like, that's what I love, and that's the biggest present for me, especially having moved to a country where I didn't know anyone and I'm building that community. That's the biggest gift. And so I don't need materialistic stuff, and that for me was such a big thing, right? So even getting away from these, like Christmas, I think Christmas is like steroid materialism. It's like, why do you need to buy so many presents? Like it, or spend so much money, there's so much pressure. So living this lean life of like really being grounded and down to earth and very root, like a root level, really like simple, because that's what life should be like. And then health, obviously, that encompasses your emotional, your spiritual, your physical, of course, health. And with the practice that I do, because it's holistic, I look at everything, like even people's work. Like, do you love your work? Are you passionate about what you want? Now, I know that not everybody can choose to be in their dream job to begin with, but I believe that everybody can build their path towards it, so that even if you have a job that you're actually like really frustrated with and you just do it because you need your paycheck at the end of the month, totally, completely justifiable, you can still work towards something you're passionate about, so that you can fulfill your potential, right? And that's really part of health. So yeah, this is why Live Lean Health came about. This is why I've been really true to this ethos since the beginning. Okay. And even when people say it's lightly, like, well, I mean, okay, sure. It's live.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And on this note, what kind of services do you have available, like therapies and treatments? That's mostly what you focus on, correct?
Yeah, so I have a big menu of it, actually. So for adults, even for teenagers, in a way they're like the same treatment but approached in a different way. So I have the nutritional, holistic nutrition. So that's really when we just go into the nitty gritty of what people eat, how they shop. So I would just do a very, very comprehensive session of 2 hours. And then I would dive into modalities that would help the person. So it's very tailored to the person. It's not a diet. It's not a one fit all. Like, everybody's different. I look at blood work. I look at what's going on with the person, the emotional stuff, of course. And I kind of teach the person about not only food, but how to approach their health and how to understand their body. Because ultimately, I do packages for 6 months with people, because ultimately I want them to be so knowledgeable at the end of it by having 2 sessions a month with me, that they will go out there and not only feel amazing, look amazing, and actually be spokespeople for what I do, which is a great rep, and that's the best marketing, but also they will be able to spread the ripple effect of positive impact on other people. Because ultimately I want people to teach people, and everybody's a healer if they want to be, really. So can we teach people to be healers? Absolutely. So there is the purpose of that. And then there's the holistic coaching, which can be separate from the nutrition. If you do nutrition, holistic nutrition, it will encompass the holistic coaching as well. You can't really separate them. But some people want to just understand lifestyle. So I'm like, okay, well, we can talk about the green smoothies and whatever, but sure, let's talk about lifestyle. So this is where they manage the stress, and they actually might really look at the wheel of life that we have. It's like a circle that we divide in different pies slices, and every slice is a different thing. Like nutrition is there, but then there's spirituality, there is connection, relationships, there's work, there's finances, like there's everything we're looking at. Are you comfortable with this? And are you living at the best of your potential in all those slices? And then kind of have the tools to work with that. Then I have stress management packages, which encompass the meditation, Reiki, and sound, which I've created separate from, like, you go to Reiki is basically like an energetic massage, which is great, but I actually implement sound, which is very important to me because we all vibrations. We all vibrate at a certain frequency, and every single bowl, a Tibetan bowl, has a frequency, so we tap in different emotions at cellular level. It even has the same frequency or different frequency that can battle disease, like that, like pathogens have a frequency. So if you work towards a frequency that can lower a pathogen, you actually can heal people even with the sound healing. And then we have also and I encompass the crystals in it too, because crystals have a lot of properties. They have their own energy, which then is amplified by using the vibration. And of course, I then channel what I call Holy Spirit, which is this feminine energy, universal feminine energy, which was, it's the balance to the masculine energy, positive masculine, to bring to the person. But I don't actually do anything. I allow, because everybody has that connection with spirit. So I just allow the healing to happen. I just harness that spirit and be like, please, connect to the person and help them, like you are part of that. My dog is in the room, so she's a little bit grumpy. And so this is one of the things. And then obviously the women empowerment, which is my favorite thing, because we go into ancestral healing, we go into, obviously it has all the modalities I talked about here in that, and we talk about our innate power as women. So we go really deep into that work. There's journaling involved. And then I have like the little classes that people can, like, how do you journal? They can learn how to journal, how to meditate. I have packages for meditating and learning how to meditate. Because there's this concept that meditation needs to be clearing your mind. Quite honestly, unless you live on a mountain where you don't have exposure to any triggers or any stimulants, I mean, how can you have an empty mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and probably this is something a master meditator will get to, but the general person only has to learn how to connect, focus, and bring their attention to what is important in the moment, rather than like a million things that I have to do, right? So that's powerful meditation already. And the empowerment, the women empowerment is my favorite, just to teach people to really, the women to be really powerful. And I always look at the ripple effect there too, like women that come to me that have children, especially if they have teenage girls or children, they can teach these girls how to navigate a life that has been really unfair against women in a way that is powerful, and they can stand really strong and deep and rooted in their power as women. So, and I also want to get away from this very negative femininity that exists, which is like women being really too strong, but not that you can't be strong, you can be strong and soft, but like really like men. Like, again, you don't want to be a toxic feminine by mimicking a toxic masculine. So strength has to be understood in a very, very profound way. And then I have a package for teenagers, which I really care about, because I really feel like they're struggling, especially with the dawn of social media being part of their life every single day, whether it's at school or in their social life, in the family life, and like really teaching them how to have self-confidence and self-love. And so the packages are basically around this, and one can really tailor it the way that we need to tailor it. We can create a package that encompasses different therapies together. And that's the way that I like to work, and really staying true to like the service that I can bring to people. As in, again, I'm really guiding. I'm not doing any, like, I know that I'm a healer, but I'm not essentially healing people. I'm helping them heal themselves. So I'm always saying I'm the co-pilot in a journey of a person, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, you've definitely answered pretty much all of my questions so far. Well, not all of them, but pretty much a great part of them. So you've been talking a lot about how these services are addressed to women, but do you have other services that might
work with men?
Yeah,
I definitely don't turn away a man that wants to work on themselves. Like my favorite demographic, like my avatar of a client is definitely women because of what I explained, and because of what our meaning and our power and like in these times and this planet, it's so important. But I will not turn away a man that is really ready to do the work, because the positive feminine needs the positive masculine to thrive. And I think if more men were working on themselves and becoming the fulfilling their potential as actually the masculine that they were built to be, and not these machos that want to control and subdue women, then you know what, we shine as women with that. So I'm absolutely fine with that, and I'm very excited when a man comes to me and is like, I really want to learn how to meditate because I need to tap into my emotions and deal with like frustration and stuff that is coming up for me. Or I want to be a better father, or I want to be a better husband, or I want to be a better friend, you know, or son. Like, please come and like actually, share with me what's going on, because if I can give you the tools to be a better person, I mean, I'm really excited about that, right? Yeah. So yes, I work with men too. You know, it's also one of the reasons why I focus on women also being in Portugal, and this is obviously not to generalize. I mean, I know I'm generalizing, and I know there are exceptions, so apologies for that, but not to just say everybody's like that. It's not. There are exceptions, but it's a country where, you know, it's still quite macho.
Yes.
So machismo is quite, culturally machismo is really, really present. And so I don't really want to deal with that. I've dealt with that since I came here. You know, the project we had I had to deal with builders that were really disrespectful. They were, you know, flirting, like unprofessional. And I'm like, you know, they don't think that you have value because you're a female. They will, like, if they talk to a man, they will answer and they will engage. And if you're a woman, they'll be like, whatever, shut up. Like, it's really frustrating. Because, you know, I lived in London. It's a very cosmopolitan city, and we don't treat women like that. Like, you do that, yeah, I get sued, like, you know. So especially at work, but here it happens. So first of all, I know that not many men will come to me anyway, and this is why I say I'm generalizing, but like I'm actually working with the exception anyway, because the men that will come to me are men that are ready to do the work and that actually want to be better, and there are loads of them. So it's starting, and you know, for sure they won't come from a little village on the mountain perhaps, but in a city there is more availability to that, and I think it can be a powerful thing if they do the work. So I don't turn them away, and I think meditation, Reiki, even nutrition, it's so important for men too. Especially as I look at all these men in their 40s and they look like they're pregnant, and I'm like, guys, you know, the belly does not belong there. Like, oh, we're getting old. The heart disease is a normal thing. No, it's not. Like, it's the other concept. Like, we don't have to get sick as we get older. We can get healthy. Sure, our body will have challenges as we get older. I mean, metabolically we change. Our cellular lifespan will change. Whatever, but you can still be healthy, and you can still do the best not to look like you are falling apart, right?
Enjoy their lives, right?
Enjoy your life, live life, live.
Yes. So. Yes. Oh, cool. Cool. Okay, so my final questions. Where do you see Live Lean Health in 10 years from now? What and how does it look like? Like, what do you envision?
I don't look in 10 years time. I honestly I know this is almost like a question that HR used to ask all the people, and once they actually asked me when I went to work in Bangkok, I'm like, you want me to know that I'll be here working as a VP like in 10 years? I don't know. Okay. Maybe I freaking hate it. So I always have shorter term goals because especially after what we've been through as the whole world has been through, there are some unpredictable things that happen all the time. And you know what? I believe that we have to be flexible and really understand that sometimes we have to adapt, and things might not look the way you want them in your head. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have a vision for this. I have a vision of Live Lean actually being a very steady business. I would love to expand so much that I can have a bigger space where I can have other coaches and actually have my own training program for coaches to come and learn how to be coaches and teach them how to have your own clients and actually have them have their own business within my business. So that's really the aim for the business part. Me as a healer, as a practitioner, I would love to have amazing clients that come to me and heal and actually really walk the talk and be out there being the best versions of themselves, because their impact will be amazing on the world anyway, not just of themselves. And then I really will go with with it. Like I'm really flexible. Like something might happen. Would I, let's say we all lock down again because some psychopath in, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. But okay, so if we don't have the availability to a physical space, Liveling would have to be back online, right?
Yeah.
So having that flexibility, I love seeing people one-to-one. I love the energy that you have in a room and connecting to the person.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to adapt to what's available to us. And so adaptation is really important. And then, but I think this can be a lifestyle, it can continue to become a lifestyle brand, but also I would love it to be a place where people go to get educated and understand how to become the better versions of themselves and ultimately create that positive ripple effect. Like that's really my dream for Liveling.
Okay, great. So
Yeah.
Chantal, thank you so much for your time. It's been great. I wish you all the best, of course, and I'm really looking forward excuse my English, really looking forward to having a session because I've been told wonders, not just by Chantal, by the way. So yes, I'm very curious. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Give me a hug. It was great.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.